Hey, you okay? You look pretty distraught. Yeah, no, I'm great. Hey, do you have any gasoline over there? I know the answer to this question, but why? Oh, that's quite simple. I'm gonna douse myself in it and then take this guy right here and just. I'm Weston. I love talking about the Astros, and I'm here to talk about Game 73 of the regular season, where the Astros lose 2-0 to the Chicago White Sox. 2-0 to the 2024 Chicago White Sox. A team that is 5 games behind the Rockies in wins. Where do you even go with that game, man? Where do you even go? They lost 2-0 to the White Sox. Guys, do you understand? This is only the 3rd time this season the White Sox have shut out an opponent. And the other 2 times came in back-to-back games in the second part of a doubleheader and the day that preceded it. So the only other time the White Sox have been able to shut out a team is when that team was traveling to Chicago, and weather and an act of God actively made it so they had to play 3 games in like 40-ish hours. Listen, I understand it's a game, and I have done a very good job of not being game to game this season, and in this little run where they've been like up and down. I've been good, and you've earned the benefit of the doubt. But then you get given an opportunity like this against the White Sox, who have won 20 games of 74. And you lose 2-0. You can't get a run. Their pitcher for the White Sox, he pitched so well that his ERA for the season dropped by over a run. It was over 4.5 before the game. It is at like 3.34 now. You got blanked by a guy who has not hit 40 professional innings at this level. And good for Jonathan Cannon. All the credit in the world. He went out and pitched 8 2/3 shutout ball. And it only really got dicey for him in the 9th inning, when he was at 106 pitches. Good for him. Good for him. The best part of the game, the Astros lost without giving up an RBI hit. They gave up an RBI ground out and an RBI double play. The game-winning run was scored by Corey Lee. Corey Julks had a run scored in this game. Corey Julks was DHing in this game. The White Sox ended the game with 2 hits, neither of them extra base hits, 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position, and 4 men left aboard. And they won! Who lost to a team and got shut out to a team led by a couple of your players that you just tossed aside because you were kind of done and moved on from them. The shadowboxing legend Tommy Pham, Andrew Vaughn, who again somehow had 1 hit and 2 RBIs in this game, and no, neither of those RBIs came off of the hit. Luis Roberts Jr., who is he's just good. I'm not gonna take a shot at him. He's just a really solid player. And a handful of guys who, and I mean this as politely as I possibly can say it, probably don't have baseball cards. And you got shut out by them. And the only time you really threatened was in the 9th inning, when, come on. It's over here. I can't really get mad at the Astros pitching. Fromber did fine. 6 innings of 2-run ball is fine. He didn't give up an RBI base hit, guys. You had Taylor Scott come in and get a strikeout. You had Montero get a strikeout. The offense did nothing. The two teams in this game combined to go 0 for 10 with runners in scoring position and left 11 men on base. And one of them actually won. That just feels like a game that should, like, I'm not saying you should bring ties into the league, but, like, that should end just with either a tie or both teams take a loss. Like, that was miserable. That was awful. And the scheduled Martin Maldonado home run hasn't even happened yet. That's coming tomorrow, by the way. And just so we're clear, if Martin Maldonado homers in tomorrow's game, and it happens to be the game-winning home run, that will be my 40 days and 40 nights in the desert, where I am led into the temptation that is this team. You might be asking yourself, why am I getting so worked up over this game? Why am I so losing my mind over this game against an inferior opponent where, like, come on, Wes, they only had 2 hits. You just get unlucky. Here's what sends me with this game. I have talked 1,000 times about the good teams and the bad teams, and the difference is the good teams find out ways to win games that they just simply shouldn't. And a bad team will find ways to lose games that they should win. This is the most finding a way to lose a game I have ever seen. I am genuinely impressed that you found a way to lose to a team that is 20-54. It's mid-June. Like, depending on what happens, there's still a minute 30 left. The Stanley Cup could be presented to the victor on the same night that the White Sox get win number 20 on the year. That is astonishing that could happen on the same night. You found a way to lose to an opponent who had 2 hits on the night, both of them singles, and their best 2 plays both were outs. Like, their most effective plays of the evening were grounding the ball directly to an infielder that resulted in an out. And on top of it, you have Verlander going on the 15-day IL. Like, just to boot. Just to boot with that. So that's out of my system. They'll play the second game in the series tomorrow night at 8:10 Eastern, 7:10 Central. The Astros are going to send Hunter Brown to the mound. And the White Sox are going to send Garrett Crochet to the mound. But it's spelt like this, and it made me think of A Christmas Carol. And if the Astros get punked and bullied by him, I am going to make Tiny Tim jokes, and they will not be tasteful. So we have that to look forward to. I'll be here afterwards after the game tomorrow night to talk about it, but as for right now, that's all I have to say. So, if you enjoyed the video, please consider to like and subscribe. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day, and as always, go Stros.